What up, it's your girl Najee. Everybody hates K, but everything golden. And you're listening to T7M Radio with my man's Mr. Irrelevant. Yeah,
y'all. This is the best of 7 Sports Talk. 7 Mitchell, T7M Radios, J.O. Y'all call up 347-989-8102. Once again, just a quick reminder, if you on Facebook, make sure y'all join the T7M Radio Facebook debate group. Jump on YouTube right now. Subscribe to the T7M Radio YouTube channel. I definitely want to take a quick time out to thank each and every one of y'all for subscribing to the channel. America the Brave, the Kaepernick effect. Colin Kaepernick refusing to take a stand on the national anthem, and he is getting some backlash from former teammates as well as other pundits and colleagues in the NFL. Most recent, Jim Harbaugh, head coach of Michigan, said he don't respect the actions of Colin Kaepernick's protest at all. I'm going to let you take the floor initially and give me your thoughts and opinions on this whole issue with Colin Kaepernick. Do you agree with it, and where you stand at?
Let me just say, he's entitled to freedom of speech, freedom of religion, or freedom press. He's entitled to his right, freedom to protest and everything. I mean, personally, I don't think I would have done it. I don't know, because maybe I wouldn't be brave enough, or maybe it never just would have dawned on me the way Kaepernick brought it. He brought it down. It never dawned on me to think of it in that way, for me to even take actions. But do I disagree? I can't. It's one of those things where you can't disagree. I mean, you can disagree, but how can you disagree when that's that man's right? So how can you disagree if somebody having a right to do what they feel is right?
Let me show you how, because, see, I disagree. So let me show you how, because, see, I hate weirdos. Weirdos really do something to me, and Colin Kaepernick, to me, is a weirdo. And I'm going to keep it a buck. When I found out about this story, first of all, I really don't take it as a big deal, because I'm like, who is Colin Kaepernick? And I don't want to condemn him because of what you said is right. He does have the right. This is America, and we should not condemn people for that. But my whole thing is, if you're not going to do something to better, the situation that you're in, you need to fall back. And right now, with you being put on the bench, for Blaine Gabbert, and, you've had coming off of a terrible season, probably your worst season in your career, making stances like this, like, it really don't hold no weight, because who are you? You don't have no power. You understand what I'm saying? And then when you're doing stuff like this, not standing up for the national anthem for whatever reason, like, you can't have it both sides, J.O. You can't say that you don't want to stand up and, you got an issue with the country and this, that, and the third, but you're taking the money. You don't have no problem spending the money. You don't have no problem cashing the checks. You don't have no problem eating, you know what I'm saying? You don't have the problem reaping the benefits. I'm not saying that it's not deserved because he works for it, but I'm just saying you cannot have this shit both sides. That's how I'm looking at it. And it's corny to me. It's real corny to me, and I think that there's other ways that if he wanted to make that position, there's other ways that he could have went about it. I do respect that he's not going back on his word, even though he's not getting a lot of support. I respect that man took a stance, and, he's going to stand on his own 2 feet with it. But I just think that it was a corny move because, man, again, Colin Kaepernick, to me, is not in a position that, his voice or any moves that he make is going to hold any weight, especially if it's not going to do anything to help the San Francisco 49ers. So right now, he's really looking like an outcast. And I don't see that. It's just going to alienate him, not just in San Francisco. I just think overall in the league it's going to alienate him for another opportunity.
Well, first of all, Colin Kaepernick is a weirdo, but that doesn't lessen the fact, that doesn't take away his stance. I mean, just because a guy's making money doesn't mean he shouldn't speak up. Or, we plenty of times on this show we got on athletes that's making money in this country that's not taking a stance on Black Lives Matter and such and such. I mean, Colin Kaepernick, who to say he doing this for his own personal gain? he may be taking a stance for lesser people and people that's in poverty.
And I believe he is. I believe he is, J.O., but what I'm saying is this. Even if that could be his purpose, but he does not have any leverage. He's not a winner. He's coming off of a terrible season. He's just lost his spot. And now he's alienating himself. You're the only person in a stadium full of thousands that's standing up. You know what I mean? And everything is so sensitive now. We got so much going on with the killings, of black people and the whole situation with killings of police officers. We got a lot going on, in the LGBT community as well. Like, it's a lot that's been going on. But I'm just like this. You're right. Somebody has to make a stance. Somebody has to stand up. You're absolutely right. But we need to have the winners. We need to have the big timers really making those stances. I don't see how this is going to benefit anybody, any party, with Colin Kaepernick doing this. I don't see anybody that's going to benefit.
I don't. Who to say that he did this to be a leader or he want to be the face of it? You know what I'm saying? He just doing what he feel is right. He can't help that the media can't accept it. Can't help that the media, want to attack him because they already look at him as a weirdo, as a guy that's just not a great guy in general. So they feel like he's an easy target. You know what I'm saying? If I hate to use his name because it always gets used, but what if Aaron Rodgers would have did it? Would he get attacked the same? Or, we'll never know. So hopefully Colin Kaepernick doing this, hopefully others would do the same so it won't seem like it's just a dude. He's the only one that believed what he believed. And, like I said, at the end of the day, awareness was raised. It brought up discussion. A lot of people got some history lessons in the past few days. So, of course there's going to be some fighting going on, but I think overall it trickled down to let's have a discussion and let's see his side and his rights, which to me, why he did it, it should be what we should be talking about more so than him just doing it or not. Why he did it was a great stance, and how can you fault him for that?
But see, that's why I just disagree, man. Because, like I said, it's not the bottom line. Like you said, is the purpose, the point that he's making is a valid point, and awareness needs to be put out there. But it's a fine line, and it's like, if you're going to make some improvement, you got to watch how you treat everybody. Like, his statement was, he said, to me, and this is coming from Colin Kaepernick, to me, this is bigger than football, and it would be selfish on my part to look the other way. There are bodies in the street and people getting paid leave and getting away with murder. He's talking about police officers, being under investigation for killing people, and they get, put on administrative leave until the trial and things are over, but it's always, for the most part, paid leave. So his points and everything are so valid. But I'm saying, J.O., you standing out of sitting out on the national anthem, and when everybody else is doing it, but yet when the game is over, you don't have no problem cashing your game check. You're going to the clubs. You're reaping the benefits. You know what I'm saying? You can't have it both ways. If you're going to take a solid stance, it's got to go all the way across the board.
You got it, but his country don't do that. His country don't. His country picks sides of what they want to do. You want to tell a guy he got freedom of speech and freedom of religion, but then you're gonna say, you got people think he should be in the league because he won't put his hand over his heart during the song, a song that was made back in the day from a slave owner. So it's like, what? Why? Sure, sure, he probably wanted to live no other country. But he's saying this song and necessarily the flag doesn't represent. He don't look at the flag the way, let's say, a guy, a veteran or a white suburban guy look at it. He look at it in a totally different way. So I can't. Now, I think we all agree that some of the points he made about our history is true, and some of what's going on today is true. We know we have a difference of should he, stand or not, but I feel like we should embrace, not necessarily agree what he did, but we should embrace with him exercising what America has taught us we should have. And then people make it seem like he don't have a right to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy.
You know, but I do embrace it, and I agree with you. But my thing is, my argument will just always be that, you know, if Colin Kaepernick decides to sit down and not participate for the rest of his career, I don't want the NFL to penalize him for it. I don't want the people to condemn him for it. But if he does that for the rest of his career, do you really think that that's going to stop the killing, or that's going to stop the situation that's going on? That action is not going to do anything for his bottom line. And he has been rebellious. He's been rebellious in these past few months for whatever reasons. Like I said, he lost his spot, so it's been a lot of questions with Colin. Who knows what's going on in Colin's head? But I'm just saying, he's been real rebellious, and him doing this is not helping his cause. I mean, what is this doing to help what he was complaining about?
You talking about, well, as far as the country, I mean, it's like, what's the point of ever protesting? You know what I'm saying? You don't have
unity, though.
Just because something won't change. Just because something won't change, don't mean you just gotta go ahead and just take it upside the head and just deal with it. If you don't agree with it, you don't have to agree with it. But
usually when you talk about protests, you have some type of unification. You have some type of backing. You have a cosign. You have some people that supporting you. You don't see really no support, that much support on Colin Kaepernick, and that doesn't necessarily make what he's doing wrong because, he's not getting the support. But you said it yourself. His country is not doing that. So if you really want to make the change, off the top, you should be doing something different than what the country is doing. But be consistent with it. If you can't say you got a problem with the killing and all this stuff, and you don't respect the flag, and when you start seeing less murders and stuff, then you'll stand up because you didn't have respect for it. But yet, like I said, man, you out at the nightclubs, you getting it popping, you doing what you do, and I'm not saying nobody's giving anything to him because he's earned it, but it is what it is. You can't have this shit both sides, especially when you're not a superstar. Your name really don't hold no weight.
Well, I mean, I don't think...
Remember, he was Kaepernicking before the Super Bowl. I mean, I see it a little bit as shock value as well. He was Kaepernicking before the Super Bowl. He patented that, and then he wound up losing to my Ravens. And, it's been downhill for him ever since.
Well, I think maybe the current events in this country has enlightened him. And Kaepernick is coming from a unique situation because, he's half white, half black, and he was adopted by two white parents. And maybe he just started to come around and find himself as an individual, and he realized a lot of stuff he thought was all peaches and cream was all sour grapes. So, I mean, you just gotta, I don't know, we both agree that we probably wouldn't do it for our own reasons. We wouldn't do it because of our own reasons. But this guy, I don't know, man. I guess he had a change of heart, and he just coming. It is what it is,